Hello, I'm Odin, and Pixar has a new movie out that's got a character that I love. So I'm gonna make Buzz Lightyear's Star Command light knife. Something important to know probably is that when I started this project, the movie wasn't out in the theaters yet. And in fact, it was really hard to find good images of the prop that I wanted to make. So to make my pattern, to figure out how I wanted to make the knife, I watched all the teasers, all the trailers, and even some of the little behind the scenes documentaries they made. And then I struck pay dirt. Now that I could see the details, I created my patterns in Inkscape, tracing the one good frame that I could grab. It was all scaled to grip to my hand. And I separated the drawings to how thick I wanted the foam parts to be. This took a little thinking. Then I sent all of the pieces to my SculptFun laser cutter. It took a couple of tries to get some of the parts to work. But I ended up with all the right parts cut out to make myself a Star Command light knife. This whole idea of designing my own model kit and cutting it out, I'm really enjoying. I mean, I get that's what we always did anyway, but there's this, it's all on the computer and then it's being cut out on foam, and now I just put it all together. It's really separated. It's fun. I'm having fun. I get to glue it together now. Having all the parts cut out right away and right now is really interesting. I'm used to having to create each one as I'm building the project. I just hope that they'll all fit the way I want them to. I'll start by gluing together the grip portion, which will include a working trigger-like button. All of these parts are cut from 6mm what-the-foam and glued together with contact cement. I had to break the full length of the blade into two parts because the blade's too long for my laser cutter at the moment. I plan on adding some longer rails in the future. There will be 3 layers to the core of the blade, but before I glue the 3rd layer on, I want to wire up all the electronics into the grip so I can make the blade light up. I have a cheap cell phone power pack that I took apart for the 18650 battery and the recharging circuit. It's a tight fit, but the circuit board is 18mm wide, just like the 3 layers of foam, so it's going to fit inside of the grip. When the battery is inside the power bank, the circuit converts the battery power from 3.7 volts up to 5 volts. I just need to find the positive and negative leads on the USB port, and then I can attach my own set of wires. The battery fits, and I had laser etched wire channels into the center foam layer. I attach a long lever switch that my foam trigger can activate. It's set so the blade will light up if the lever is pressed. Colors are backwards, but whatever. There. Now they won't zap each other. I cut a piece of brass tube to just under 18mm. That will be the pivot point for the painted trigger so it can move and press the switch. I confirm that my circuit works. I get 5 volts when the button is pressed. And now I can continue with the assembly of my knife. I don't have any glue next to where the painted trigger will be because I don't want paint to stick to the glue. With the core completed, I can add the first 2mm decorative layers. There's a panel line across the blade that needs to be rounded with a rotary tool. And when it's glued down, the 2mm covers the battery. There's the second half of the blade, and the panel line was rounded on this one too. I had accidentally cut off this part when it should have just been a marked line. The 2mm layer will also keep the brass tube in place for the trigger, which I need to install now. Grind the panel line again, and glue on the other side's 2mm layers. The parts that make up the pommel are all 6mm and 4mm thick. I split them into 2 parts, following the panel line color separation. And I plan on wrapping the end with a 2mm panel so the cutout wraps with it, but this panel needs to be made a little shorter. I keep adding the parts that I have ready, like the 6mm side panel. There's a panel line separation on these parts as well, so I mark the placement for both of the 6mm layers and round over the center panel lines. Before gluing anything down, I worked on getting the pommel wrap correctly made, but I noticed a problem. I put the USB in backwards. I put the charger in backwards. At the last minute, I remember questioning myself and flipping it over. I had it right. What's going on is if I put the piece on the way I want it to go on, right? Which is the ideal way with the electrical warning lined up with this design. Then only the output USB is exposed. This is the USB-A. This is what you plug stuff into in order to make it light up. If I want to recharge the battery, I have to plug into this top one, which I just perfectly covered. Need to cut another one of these. This is the exact same part, but I added a cutout, and I hope this lines up where I want it to. Glue it to the end, smash it down, yes. Is it still doing what I want? No, that's right there. Not ideal, but that'll work because that'll let me have access to both USB ports. I suppose it's better. So the knife will be able to be charged and can also charge my phone, I guess. So, all right, let's put so I'll finish putting the pommel together and then I can put the sides on and then I'm almost done. The pommel piece is a really good fit. I could make it just a little shorter, but I'm going to use this one. And I made side panels that fit right where they needed to go. A deep etching cut lets the side flex, so it can bend when I'm gluing the part down. After the glue gets a chance to set, I round the sides over to match the movie. I'm not going to solder the LED strip on until after everything is painted, so I cover the wires with painter tape for now. I made some small side panels to complete the wraparound of the 6mm big panel. I check where they fit and then mark where I need to glue. Contact cement for the edge. Add the big panel. All the designs on the sides here are also laser etched. And then in goes the little panel. There'll be another tiny edge piece to add in just a moment. I really like the look of the curved panel lines on the sides. Okay, so I've got 2 more detail parts to put on and a whole bunch of corners to round off with one of the rotary tools. These are some of the selector knobs that go on the side of the knife. What I'm going to need to do is grind from this top mark down to this bottom corner so they're all slightly tapered, because it's just a little selector knob so you can click it from full to pulse, I guess. I could see that this was a setting selector and it did something, but I couldn't read the words. I didn't have that good, that clear of a picture. So I tried to make something up that would make sense. I mean, kill and stun seems pretty obvious, but not on a knife. Although it could be, because it might be funny. So I went with like full as in full power and pulse like pulse power, so it's like half power or something. I don't know, I tried. I set the selector knobs aside at first, and then started rounding over all the edges of the knife. Almost everything has a rounded look to it, a lot like Buzz's spacesuit. There's not many hard corners, and I wanted to wait for everything to be glued before I started this process on all the corners. And I also wanted to clean up the glue seams and just kind of finish the sides of the prop. The selector knobs are a little harder to get to, or specifically, they're hard to hold on to. Once they're finished, I just super glue them where they need to go and make sure that they're set to full. Final prep before painting is to cover the already painted trigger button with aluminum foil. I put a little piece of blue tape over the USB port, and then I plug a broken cable into the charging port. All right, no, that actually worked really well. Okay, so that'll keep the port safe, and I got something I can hang it from. Okay. After a couple of coats of white Plasti Dip, I start painting titanium white acrylic paint. Yes, I know, the prop is already white, but another coat of paint will make the white uniform. Then I mix up a light gray and start painting the different panels and the grip. Now I am painting over the white that I just did, but I wanted to be sure that the new color covered equally, so I had painted the full prop white. Once the gray dried, I started filling in the black panel accents. I am watering down this artist's acrylic so it'll flow better. And that will let me get it into the panel lines just a bit better and allow me to wipe off some of the mistakes. Now there is a second darker gray on the grip, and I painted into cutouts on the pommel. One regret was that the markings on the side of the blade should have been deeper. I mean, they look good, but they're not quite deep enough to be easily filled with paint. And because they're too shallow, the paint cleans right out with even the lightest of wipes. There's a lot of washing and filling the marks and details on the knife. This took the most amount of time for any single step. One more spot of color, the selector knobs look red. Now, it is possible that one side is a knob and the other is a light. The movie wasn't out yet when I was doing the painting. What am I after next? I kind of want the red to dry. I might even touch the red one more time. Yeah, and it's stickers. I sprayed the blade with a clear Plasti Dip. Yes, they make it in clear. I just wanted to seal the paint and get a slightly smoother surface, because I've got warning stripes that were cut from vinyl. But my transfer tape is a little too old and a little too strong for this part of the build. So I end up adding the color stripes one at a time. Good thing there's only 4 of each. I was able to get the caution applied with my budget blue tape transfer process. And a lot like budget stuff, it takes more effort to get the things to work. But I do get most of the decals in place, and then I notice something odd. Only the yellow vinyl is popping up and not sticking to the foam. So I need to go back and super glue each and every one of them down so they'll stay flat. After all the decals are applied, glued down again, and then sealed with more coats of gloss Plasti Dip and a glossifier coat, I can peel the tape up and expose the wires, solder in a strip of 5-volt LEDs, and cut them to length and stick them down, and make the plastazote cover for the LEDs. Plastazote is a translucent foam that I can get from TNTCosplay.com. I cut the corners to 45 degrees and make a small piece to cover the end of the blade. I just super glue the plastazote together and super glue the parts to the knife itself. Now I just have to see the movie. I put a list of the materials I used for this project in the description of the video. This is really cool. I'm really happy that I've got the light knife. The first time I saw the Buzz Lightyear trailer and this came out and cut the tentacle plant to save Buzz, it's like, yep, that's the prop I want to make. That's the one, and there it is. This was really cool. I've been looking at this and trying to watch for better pictures for so long. It is nice to actually be able to hold this and have a light knife, a Star Command light knife. This is really, really cool. If I was to do something different, if I was to make it again, I would probably cut out all the parts about 10% larger. It seems like, here's something I don't normally say on my channel, it seems like it might be a little small. When I was measuring my hand for being 4 inches, I just immediately went 4 inches. But Buzz is wearing an astronaut's glove, so on screen his hand's probably a bit bigger. Plus, Buzz is a big guy, so about 10% bigger would probably be really good. There's nothing wrong with this, and I wouldn't make it any thicker. If I made it 10% bigger, it would only be 10% on the X and the Y. I would leave this thickness the same because that's fine, plus the battery fit, right? But the other thing that was really fun is this is one of the first props that I've built where I did it completely on the computer before I cut anything out in foam. It may not sound like that big of a deal, but I hadn't done that before. Actually designing out how all the layers are gonna fit together and getting most of it right the first time was really cool. What did I get wrong? This part down here. Okay. And I was off by 2 millimeters, maybe 3. So what? Yeah, I'm happy. All right, if you want to make your own light knife, the way I've got one going here, I will put a link to all the patterns that I had drawn up. I'll put the Inkscape file, I'll put the Lightburn file, all that'll be in the description of the video, and you can download it for free if you want to make one. I would definitely recommend making it 10% bigger. I might just save the files 10% bigger to make it easier for everyone. But yeah, this is, yeah, I'll modify the files because I need to make sure the battery pack doesn't change, and the trigger. So yeah, I'll do that. But this is really rewarding. It has been a while and a long time coming, and I'm glad I've got another piece of Pixar prop that I've got in my hand. And I'm really glad that it's science fiction and Buzz Lightyear. So I know there's going to be lots of different ways that you can make a piece of Star Command equipment, but this is how Odin makes. I think the word you're looking for is Space Ranger. The word I'm looking for. Can't say because there's preschool toys present. I want to thank Spencer Sherman, Leaverse, Ryan Commodall, and all of my Patreon supporters. Patreon members at the $5 and above level get access to my private Discord, which includes weekly games with me, prop-related chat, and early access to live streams. My Patreon support is the #1 thing that makes this show possible. If you like the video, don't forget to subscribe. Have an idea for something for me to make? Please leave a comment below. And if you make any of these projects, you can send me a picture.